Hello and welcome. Happy New Year's Eve. It is almost the end of 2020 and this class is all about wringing out the old so that in a couple of days here we can ring in the new. We'll be doing quite a bit of twisting this evening, and you might like to have a yoga block to assist you. If you don't have a yoga block, feel free to use something like a sturdy can of food or a water bottle or a couple of books stacked up. It's not necessary, but it might be rather nice to help you out in a couple of the poses here. We're going to start sitting cross-legged. You can face any direction on your mat, not terribly important. As you come to your cross-legged seat, make sure that you feel pretty comfortable. You are welcome to sit up a little bit onto a prop here, onto your block or a blanket if you would like to. And then take a deep breath in, reach your arms up over your head. Let your palms face one another. Look up towards your fingertips. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to turn your right palm to face away and bring it to the floor as you bring your left arm overhead. Both of your palms are now facing down towards the mat. Maybe you turn to look up in this side bend. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. We're going to start in with this twisting action right away. This is your inhale, stay where you are. As you exhale, bring your left elbow towards your right knee. Inhale, lift up, look maybe underneath your arm. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more like this. And inhale to reach up. As you exhale, you're going to go all the way over to the other side. So your left hand will come down and your right arm will come over again. Both of your palms are facing the floor here. Maybe looking up under that right arm, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, stay where you are. As you exhale, bring the right elbow to the left knee. You have two more like that. Inhaling to look up, feel the stretch through your chest. Exhale, elbow to knee, feel the little kind of twisty action. One more. And then lifting that left arm up, right arm up. Inhale here. And then exhale, come all the way back to the center line. Place both sets of fingertips on the mat. Inhale, lift your arms up again. Again, the palms are going to face one another. Now press the palms together, interlace the fingers, turn the palms to face the ceiling. As you exhale, bring your palms in front of your heart, round back through your spine, bring your chin towards your chest. Inhale, come all the way up, release your hands, wiggle your wrists, maybe sway a little bit. Just have a good stretch here. And then bring your fingertips down by your sides and come to your table pose. Hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Inhale, reach the crown of your head forward. As you exhale, you're going to look over your right shoulder. And as you look over your right shoulder, bring your right hip towards the right so you can look towards your tail. So it's like you're doing a little side crunch here. The side of your waist is getting quite small. Inhale, come back to the center. And then as you exhale, look over your left shoulder. Sway your left hip to the left. Maybe you can look back and see it. Inhale to the center. We'll go a couple times to each side, looking to the right, seeing if you can see your tail back there, and back to the center, looking to the left, looking over. Feel the side of your waist starting to activate. This whole time, you're keeping your belly button hugged in a little bit, so you're not sagging down in the middle as you would in a cow pose. You're a little bit more active. Your belly is engaged. Let's do one more to each side. Come back to the center line as you inhale. As you exhale, you're going going to slide your hands forward. This is a great opportunity to wiggle your wrists. So your hands are now out in front of your shoulders. Slide your shoulders over your wrists. Inhale again here. As you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Tuck your pelvis down, lift the center of your chest. Find your cobra pose, squeezing your elbows in. Feel free to go to the height that feels good to your spine. Exhale to release. Press yourself back to child's pose, taking your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Forehead comes to the floor, or you could use your block here or any other prop. A little pillow works great underneath your forehead if it doesn't like to touch down. Take a few deep breaths here. And then press your hands down. Lift up your torso a little bit. Take your right arm, thread it underneath your left armpit. Turning your gaze underneath that left arm. Take a few deep breaths here. Maybe you even like to take the left arm around behind your back. When you're ready, go ahead and unwind yourself. You're going to go the other direction, taking the left arm underneath the right armpit. Feeling the weight of your body help to open up your shoulder, maybe taking that top arm behind you if you like. As you're ready, you're going to unwind. Come back to the center. And lift yourself back to your table pose. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Now tuck your toes under and lift to your downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Pedal the feet around, sway. Do any movements that feel just lovely and like a release for your body. This next one, you can try in a table or a downward facing dog. See how it goes. I'm going to show it from downward facing dog first because I happen to be there. You're going to press all 10 of your fingertips into the mat. Keep your knees potentially a little bit soft here. And then you're going to lift up onto your left fingertips. Maybe you can start to work your left hand diagonally towards your right ankle. Maybe it even makes it all the way and holds onto the right ankle, and you gently guide your torso into a little bit of a twist here. If that feels like too much pressure on your wrists, you can take the same thing in your table pose, reaching back. I always find I have to bend my elbow. It's almost like you're coming back to that twist that we just did in child's pose, but you're keeping your arm a little closer in. Whichever you decide, we'll take another breath or two. You're kind of thinking about turning your chest to look towards the underside of your armpit. When you're ready, you unwind. You place the left set of fingertips down. If you need to take a break between, please do. And then when you're ready, lighten up on your right fingertips. Slide that right hand diagonally back towards the left ankle. And know that if holding onto the ankle doesn't work, that's fine. The hand on the floor, maybe a little bit of light pressure to help you turn works great. Or coming down to the knees to protect your wrists. You can go as far underneath as you want. You can even rest your head back on the floor if you want to. See what works for you. Just want to feel that twisting action around your midsection. It's mostly what we're going to be doing today. Lots of twists. When you're ready, unwind. Lower your knees if they're not already there. Back to the mat, so you're back into your table pose. Untuck those toes, bring the knees a little wide, come back to your child's pose, turn your wrists up to face, turn your palms up to face the ceiling, and move your fingers in and out. Little release for your hands and your wrists. When you're ready, plant your palms down there nice and far away from you so your arms are straight here. Lift yourself up, guide your knees back underneath your hips, slide all the way forward. You should be back approximately in a low plank position. Exhale to the mat. Tuck your pelvis down, lift the center of your chest. Cobra pose, squeeze your elbows in. As you exhale, come on back. Table pose, or tucking your toes, you can come up to downward facing dog. Again, take any movements that feel pleasant. And then slowly walk or step your way up to the front of the mat, coming to your forward fold. Feet a comfortable distance apart. Inhale, find a halfway lift, hands onto your thighs or your shins, reaching the crown of your head away from you. Exhale just to melt into this fold. Keep your knees soft and your head heavy. Take a few deep breaths here. Imagine that your spine is elongating, growing taller. On the next inhale, we'll slowly ragdoll our way up towards standing. Heavy arms or hands walking on the thighs to support the lower back. Roll yourself slowly all the way up. Roll your shoulders back. Maybe let your palms turn lightly forward as you take a deep, full breath. As you inhale, reach your arms up over your head. As you exhale, you're going to turn your right palm to face away, and then bring your right hand to your right thigh and your left arm up over your head, big side bend. Inhale, come back to the center line, turn your right palm to face the midline. Exhale, turn the left palm away and fold to the left hand to the left side. Both hands are facing down. Inhale, back to the center, palms come to face one another. Exhale, turn both sets of palms out and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step or hop or walk your way back to your downward facing dog or your table pose, your preference. Take a nice deep full breath here. Lift your hips up and back. And with the next inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Inhaling, three-legged dog or table. Exhale, step your right foot up to the front of the mat. Bring your left knee to the floor. Your left hand is going to stay on the mat, or you can place your left hand on a block or a prop of any height. Reach your right arm in front of you as you inhale. As you exhale, gently pull your belly button towards your spine as you twist open towards your right, towards your front leg. Take a nice deep breath here. Shrug your shoulders back. As you exhale next, you're going to release the right hand to the floor. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Slide the hips a little back. Right knee comes back next to the left knee. You can stay in table, or you can tuck your toes and lift to your downward facing dog. Again, lift your hips up and back, taking a deep breath here. And then lift the left leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, the left foot steps forward. The right knee comes to the mat. You can use your prop at any height in this twist. Left arm reaches forward as you inhale. As you exhale, twist to your left. Shrug your shoulders back. Back toes could be tucked or untucked, totally your preference. See what feels comfortable to your body. As you exhale, lower your left hand down. Plant your hands, both of them underneath your shoulders. Slide your hips back. Left knee next to the right knee, adding on a little bit. Now slide the palms of your hands forward as you inhale. Exhale, slowly to the floor. Inhale, lifting the center of the chest, cobra pose. Exhale, moving back to your table pose or your downward facing dog pose. Take a deep, full breath there. And then gently walk or step, or if you'd like, hop up to the front of the mat again. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale to fold. As you inhale, roll yourself one smooth breath, this time up to the sky. Arms could come out and up. They could roll through the midline. Exhale, bring your hands down to your sides. Inhale, bring your arms up. As you exhale, turn your left palm to face out. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Right arm goes overhead. Inhale to the center line, turning the left palm back to face the center. Exhale, right hand turns out and you fold to the right. Inhale to the center, turning both palms parallel. As you exhale, you're going to stick your hips back. You're going to fold forward as you sweep your arms back behind you. Little chair pose variation. As you inhale, you're going to sweep your arms forward. You can use them for a little bit of momentum. Straighten everything up. Come back to standing. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale to come back up. We'll do a few more like this. Move at the pace own breath. Feel free to adjust the distance between your feet. Your feet could be set quite wide here if that feels more comfortable for your body. We're going to do one more like this, and we're going to stay in the Utkatasana variation, so with the arms out behind us. Now, pick your belly up off your thighs, reach the crown of your head forward. Make sure your low back feels comfortable. If it feels tender, feel free to rest your hands at any point on your legs here. We're going to come into another twist. As you inhale, you're going to bring your hands forward. You could bring your hands to your heart, and twisting to your right, you could think about keeping the hands at the heart as you revolve like we did in the downward facing dog or the table, potentially even bringing the back of the left arm to the left leg. For many people, that feels really uncomfortable for the hips or for the knees. You can modify by placing your left forearm across your legs and opening your right arm to the sky, or if that doesn't feel like quite enough, you can place your block in front of your right foot, put your hand on your block, and open over to your right. Your choice. Take another breath there. And when you're ready, move to the other side. Your variation, hands at the heart twisting, hand on a block twisting, arm across the thigh twisting. See what feels good. It's totally fine if your knee on the side that you are twisting away from, so on this side it's my right knee because I'm twisting towards my left, is further forward. You don't need to line up your knees for this one. Inhale here. And then exhale back to the center line. Now let yourself drape all the way forward over your thighs. Inhale, half lift, maybe the legs grow a little bit straighter. As you exhale, find that fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Exhale, right palm turns out, fold over to the right side, bend. Inhale to the center, palms face each other. Exhale, left palm turns out, fold or bend over to the left. Inhale to the center. As you exhale, you're going to sweep your arms back. Come back to that Utkatasana shape. As you inhale, you're going to lift your chest, but now this time keep your knees bent and see if you can sweep up into Utkatasana. The arms can be by the ears. You could do cactus arms. You could have your hands on your thighs if your lower back feels tender here. Sit back a little bit into your hips as you inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to press firmly into your feet and then fold all the way forward. Inhale, maybe the legs grow straight as you find half lift. As you exhale, plant your hands down, walk or step or hop your way back to your down dog or your table pose. Take a deep full breath there again, lifting your hips up and back. Think about your ribs coming towards one another, so your rib cage is knitting in. On an inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. On your exhale, you're going to take your right foot to the front of the mat. Take a look back at your back foot. Step your back foot a little bit further out to the left, maybe 6 or 8 inches, and then rotate your back heel to the floor. Your right knee is right over your right ankle. Press it down to the earth and lift yourself up to warrior one. Square your hips, adjusting the angle of your back foot. Arms come up, hands parallel to one another as you inhale. As you exhale, turn your right palm out. Bring your right hand to your right thigh this time and lean over to your right. Inhale back to the center line. As you exhale, fold forward, bring your left hand to the mat or to a block on the inside of your right foot. Twist to your right, maybe lifting your right arm up to the sky. If you need to lift your back heel, please do. Even going so far as to rotate that back foot straight forward and back again, if that makes your hips feel more comfortable with this positioning. Folding all the way back down here. Press down into your heels again as you inhale. See if you can lift all the way back up into your warrior one. As you exhale, fold forward again. Sweep your arms back behind you, palms face actually towards one another. Let's go towards one another like we did earlier in the Utkatasana. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, sweep forward. One more like this. Now, little challenge. You can keep your arms behind you if that feels possible, or you can always bring your hands in front of you. Feel free to use a block with your hands on it if that feels more comfortable. Lean all the way forward. Lift your back heel up if it's not already there. Maybe step that back foot in a few times and see if you can straighten the front leg as you lift the back leg. Little warrior three. Just a breath or two here, not too long. Give me some nice wobbliness. And then you're going to step all the way back. Left foot comes to the floor. Hands come to the mat. Turn that back foot straight forward and back. And step back, table or downward facing dog. Option to stay right here, or to come to a pose of rest, maybe take a child's pose, or to join me in a half vinyasa, inhaling forward to a plank position. Feel free to keep your knees up this time or to go for the knees down again. Exhale all the way to the mat. Pick up your cobra, pressing the tops of your feet down. Exhale to release. We'll all meet back in table or in downward facing dog. Walk or step or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, find halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to the sky. Exhale. Left palm turns out. You're going to side bend to the left hand to the left thigh. Inhale, palms face one another. Exhale, right hand comes down, left arm comes over. Inhale, back to the central line. The palms face one another. As you exhale, bend your knees, sweep your hands back. Utkatasana. Sit a little deeper. As you inhale, sweep up, arms of your choice. As you exhale, sit a little deeper. Inhale here. As you exhale, find your twist. Hands to the thigh, hands to the heart, hand to a block. On the side, it would be left hand to the block in front of the right foot, right arm to the sky as you twist right. Inhale to the center. Exhale to twist the other direction. And just scoot your block over if you're using it. Inhale to the center. As you exhale, fold yourself all the way forward. Plant your hands, walk or step or hop back, table or downward facing dog. Take a deep full breath. Lift those hips up and back. Hug the ribs in. Left leg lifts on the next inhale. Exhale, the left foot steps forward. Take a look back at that back foot. Step it slightly to the right and drop the heel to the floor. Press the left heel down as you lift yourself up. Feel free to use your hands on your leg for support. Arms reach up to the sky. Palms again face one another. Take a deep breath in as you square your hips, adjusting the angle of your back foot. As you exhale, you're going to turn your left palm to face out and fold over. Left hand to the thigh, right arm leans overhead. Inhale back to the center line, the arms come up. As you exhale, you're going to fold out over that front leg, sweeping the arms behind you. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to fold. Last one, and you're going to stay here in this forward folded position. Maybe you're able to leave your hands behind you. Maybe not. You can always lift up that back heel as a little kind of test to see how stable you feel. Then maybe you bring your hands to the floor, maybe not. Maybe a few back steps up and in, bringing the weight, wobbles to the left foot as you stretch the right leg behind you. Just a couple of breaths is plenty. We still have a little more to do. Release the foot far back behind you. Plant the hands down. Back foot turns to face straight forward and back, and you step back to table or downward facing dog. Again, you can stay right here. You may have had plenty of work. You might even come to a rest pose. You might think, oh, I feel kind of fiery. I'm going to take that half vinyasa, inhaling forward to plank, knees up or down. Exhaling to the floor. Maybe you're ready for an upward facing dog, rolling over or turning over the toes. And then coming back, we'll all meet in table or downward facing dog. And when you're ready, walk or step or hop your way up to the front of the mat. Find that forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. As you exhale, you're going to come all the way forward into your Utkatasana. So bend your knees, sweep your hands back behind you. Inhale, leave your hips low, lift your arms. As you exhale, this time connect the palms of your hands together and chop over to the right side. Inhale, come to the center line. Stay in your Utkatasana legs as much as possible. Exhale, chop over to the left. Twice more to each side. Go at the pace of your breath. Once you're back at the center line on an inhale, exhale, fold all the way forward, plant your hands down, step or hop, or walk back to your table, or your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath, lift the hips, and then the next inhale, the right leg comes to the sky. The right foot steps forward. Take the left foot a little out to the left, set the heel down for warrior 1 feet, and when you're ready, inhale, peel yourself up. As you exhale, take your hands down behind your back. You could interlace your fingers, you could place your hands on your lower back, or you could clasp your elbow creases with the opposite hands, your choice. Roll your shoulders back. As you inhale, start to lift the center of your chest, lean a little bit back, finding an exalted warrior, a little back bend here. Inhale here. As you exhale, fold all the way forward, belly to thigh, or torso to the inside of that front thigh, coming to a humble warrior, potentially lifting your arms up towards the sky. Feel free, if you feel a little bit wobbly here in this bent over position, to bring your hands to the floor or to your block or props inside your front foot, bowing forward. On an inhale, you're going to peel yourself all the way back up to standing, maybe lifting your arms up. And then as you exhale, fold out over that front leg. Arms sweep back behind you. Little bit different this time. We're not going to our warrior 3. We're going to step up, see if we can maybe float our left leg just for a hint, and then you're going to see if you can bend your right knee coming to Utkatasana as you step your left foot a little out to the side and down. So you're in this twisted up leg Utkatasana. If this doesn't work for your hips, feel free to have the left foot behind the right foot, or come back to that normal Utkatasana. We're going to come back to our twist. Inhale, sweep your arms up and forward, and then as you exhale, find your twist. Maybe you stay here, hands at the heart. Maybe you use your block in front of your foot, hands at the hip or arm to the sky. Maybe you like to wrap yourself up even more. You can take your left forearm along your right thigh and bring your arm behind you or to the sky. Whatever works for you. Take another breath here, squeeze your thighs together, and then come back to the center line. Here, you're going to release your fingertips to the floor or to a block, and see if you can unwind your legs, step your left foot next to your right foot, and find your forward fold. Feel that heat in your hip. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up to the sky. One last fold forward into your Utkatasana, sweeping your arms behind you. Inhale, keep your hips low, lift up. Palms of the hands come together this time. As you exhale, chop to the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale, chop to the right. Inhale to the center. Twice more to each side, your own pace, your own depth of bend in your knees. Maybe your knees are a lot more deeply bent than mine, or maybe they're less deeply bent than mine. Giving myself a nice, easy variation today. Inhale, lift your hands up. As you exhale, drape yourself all the way forward. Inhale, half lift. As you exhale, plant your hands down, walk or step or hop your way back, downward dog or table pose. Take a deep, full breath, taking this home. Left leg lifts with the next inhale. Left leg steps forward with the exhale. Step the right foot a little to the right. Drop the heel to the mat. Inhale up to your warrior 1. This time you take your hands behind you. Your choice of how to go with the arms, lacing the fingers, holding the elbows, supporting the back. Roll the shoulders back, exalt your warrior, lift the center of your chest. Inhale here. As you exhale, take this to your forward fold, to your humble warrior, belly to thigh, or torso to the inside of the front thigh. Really lift your belly button up to support your lower back here. Remember that you could place your hands on a prop or on the floor if that feels more stable in this position. Take a few breaths. Enjoy. When you're ready, you're going to lift all the way. We're going to go halfway because I realized I forgot one twist on the left side. So we're going to just add it in right now. Place your right hand on the floor or on a block and twist open to your left. Maybe your left hand comes to the sky. In this one, you can always lift your back heel and come to a twisted lunge rather than a twisted warrior. Just take a few deep breaths here, striking the shoulders back. Just so we get this equal work in the left hip. It was a tiny bit neglected. Fold down. As you inhale, you're going to peel yourself all the way back up. And we're going for that, not quite warrior three, but maybe a tiny bit of float as we work to lean forward, sweep the arms back, bring the weight to the left foot, lift the right foot up. Maybe you float for a second just for fun. And then see if you can step the right foot behind the left foot and across. Now, go to the distance that feels good to you. Sit back into your little imaginary Utkatasana. Bring your arms forward as you inhale. Remember that you can always step your feet together or change how far apart your feet are if you need to. Twisting to your left this time. You can bring your hands to your heart. You could do hands to block. I like to place the block right in front of my front foot as I twist. Or you can do that kind of lacing yourself up, placing your right forearm along your left leg as you twist. And you can do whatever you like with your top arm. I feel like to the sky isn't quite right. I like this little bit of an angle. Feel the heat in your hips. Feel all this twisting. We're just wringing out the body like a washcloth, getting rid of all the old junk that gets stuck in our muscles and our tissues. Inhale back to the center line. As you exhale, kind of fold a little bit. Unwind your feet. Place your right foot down. Let it all go. Surrender. Maybe give a little wiggle through your spine. Hang here for a few breaths and just enjoy. As you inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor or the hands to the legs or a block. Exhale, soften your knees, heel toe your feet a little wider than your hips, toes out, heels in, coming into a bit of a squat. You could stay in your spider squat, fingertips maybe walk a little further out in front of you. You could come up to your horse squat if you like, hands on your thighs. Or you could come all the way down to your garland, your malasana squat if you like. Whatever you choose, just take a few deep breaths. When you're ready, bring yourself all the way to seated in the method that works best for your body. We are going to twist up our arms here for just a moment. Sit in any way that feels comfortable to your body. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Palms face the floor this time. Take your right arm on top of your left arm. You could flip your left palm up and use that arm as a lever to pull your right arm across the body. You want to feel a stretch at the back of your shoulder. If that's not enough, you can always go backs or fronts of hands together for an eagle. Pick the one that works for you. Let your elbows grow heavy. Maybe even tuck your chin a little towards your chest and enjoy. If you want to go even a little bit deeper into this, you can rotate a little over towards your left with your elbows and then fold a little bit, bringing your elbows towards your belly, taking this into not just the twistiness of the arms, but a little twisty in your torso as well. When you're ready, inhale to lift up, come back to the center line, unwind, gently move your shoulders a little bit. Go to the other side, arms stretch in front of you, left arm comes on top. You can flip the right palm up and pull the left arm across. Or you can go for an eagle, backs or fronts of hands coming towards one another. Again, wherever you are, soften the elbows, soften the gaze. Maybe you like to add that little extra twisty, turning a little bit over towards your right, maybe even folding a little bit, bringing your elbows towards your belly. mobilize your shoulders. And then here we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. You might bring your block and just set it next to you. If you like to do supported bridge or supported psoas release in Shavasana, I will give you that option just because we have the brick today. Totally your choice though. As you come down to your mat, draw the soles of your feet in so your knees are facing up to the sky. We're going to take an unsupported bridge and then a twist first. Place the palms of the hands on the floor. Relax the shoulder blades. Start to kind of just acquaint yourself with your belly button. You don't have to pull your low back to the floor here. You just want to firm your belly button in so you feel that the abdominal wall is a little bit stronger than just being at rest. From here, press into your heels, lift your hips. Keep your abdominals engaged. Keep that kind of in lifting of your belly button. You can imagine that you're trying to take your belly button and lift it upwards towards your chin here. Stay for a moment in your bridge pose. Feel free to add an arm variation if you'd like. You can take your hands underneath your back, lacing up your fingers. You can hold the outside edges of your mat if you want. Inhale here. As you exhale, release all the way down. Take a breath in neutral. And hug your right knee in towards your chest. Cross your right ankle over the top of your left knee and draw your left knee in towards you for a little supine pigeon, just releasing the hip. Hips did quite a bit of work with all of that twisty squat action. Give them a little release, a little relief. When you're ready, release your left foot to the floor. Spread your arms out to the sides. Inhale here. As you exhale, take your knees over to the left. The sole of your right foot might meet the floor. Your right knee might point up. If that feels good, stay. If it doesn't feel great, you can always slide your thighs closer together, more twisty root. Or you could stack the legs. See what feels best to your hips. When you're ready, come back to the center line. Release the right foot to the floor. Hug the left knee to the chest. Cross the left ankle over the top of the right knee. Draw the right knee towards you as needed. Releasing the hip. As you're ready, release the right foot to the floor, stretch the arms to the sides, and find your variation on the twist. You're ready, bring your legs back to the center line. Hug your knees one at a time towards your chest. Maybe turning the soles of your feet up towards the sky for a happy baby. If there's any other pose or shape that you would like, please feel more than free to add that in now. Making your way towards Shavasana. Finding for your body a comfortable resting position. Because you might have a block, you are more than welcome to take a supported bridge as part of your Shavasana, a supported shoulder stand, taking your legs up with the block underneath your hips. Or you can take a psoas release, extending the legs one or both long over the brick. You can add any of those into your kind of transition to Shavasana or for your whole Shavasana. Allow yourself to find what feels just right for your body. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And just the world's gentlest sigh out. We have wrung out, literally, the body. You're letting go of what this old year has placed in us. No matter our best intentions, our best actions, we always gather things that we might rather leave behind. And this time of year is a lovely time to think of, what would I like to leave behind? What would I like to wring out and leave, so that as I ring in the new, I have space for new habits, new mindsets, new ways. If there's something you would like to leave behind with this old year, this almost expired 2020, take a moment to say farewell to it. Whether it served you in the past and no longer does, or something that was never exactly how you wanted it to be, let it go. Take a deep breath in, filling your body with fresh breath, fresh life. And again, a nice gentle sigh out, wiggling your fingers and your toes, maybe turning your head a little from right to left. As you're ready, you can roll yourself all the way over to one side to rest for a few breaths. Before making your way to your most comfortable seat. As you arrive there, gather your hands in front of your heart, and we'll close with our deep breath together, in through the nose, out through the mouth, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing.